Good morning, guys. Well, today is a pretty exciting time. We're going to put the air conditioner on to the bus. Now, sorry about me squinting, the sun's coming right in my eyes. We're at my older brother's place and he's got a big garage that we're going to pull into. Can't say, oh, there we go. So we're going to use that, and it's also got a mezzanine area which we're going to haul the air conditioner up onto and try and install it that way. And I'll surprise my brother. There's my older brother, that's Matthew, so he's going to help me out, and we're going to go from there.
You mean younger?
Yeah, he looks younger than me. So we're going to hit it now and see how we go. One of the issues we've got is we've got to get that bus into one of these doors on an angle so we can straighten it up or somehow get under. Get under here, and this is the mezzanine I was talking about, so the bus won't fit under there, but we can get the air conditioner up on there and then lift it onto the top of the bus. So we've got this much area to work with to get the bus back in, and then on an angle next to the mezzanine. So we've got to remove all these goodies out so we can get in here and work. So we'll see how we go. Fingers crossed it'll work. All right, guys, we got it in. That was tight. So what we did is we started off coming in on an angle this way, thinking that would give us enough room to go straight through. The problem was we didn't have enough room on either side to clear when we need to turn, so we had to come back out. We came more on a bit of a straighter angle, came back here. When we got to here, the bus mirror was just past here, and I started to swing, so the back end went that way, and we got back as far as we could, and we swung this way, swung forward, came back, and then forward again. And now if I go around the other side, you can see that we can basically lift up the air conditioner up to here, push it across, and we're going in between the first and the second panel. So we'll be able to go through there and step onto the roof of the bus without any problem. So the next issue we're going to have is getting the air conditioner from here up to here. We've got ladders, we've got some rope and stuff, so we may be able to clip over the top of that and winch it up. So that's our next issue. All right, guys, we've got it roped up, and what we're going to do is Matthew's going to pull and I'm going to push from the bottom. We've got the rope on, so if worse comes to worse, that should save it if one of us has a heart attack or something. So we're going to try it now. It's on time lapse, so you can have a laugh as we go through and try and get up there. Alright guys, that took what, half a minute? Half a minute it's up there, so that worked out really well. So now we can unbox the aircon up there. I can get all the templates right, and then we can cut into the roof and move it across. So let's kick on. Alright guys, I've made the template out. We've cut it to the smaller size of 360 squared to start off with. If we make a mistake, it gives us the extra to go to 400 if we need to. But this is the outside part is the full air conditioner, and that's the section in the centre. We're now going to go over and make sure it's right on the van, on the bus, not a van.
It's looking pretty good.
Alright, so we've got marked on the bus roof. That is the main support going across, which we don't want to cut into. That's the front end of it. And this one here is the back end of the other one. And when I set up the solar panels, I did have a template made up. I was a bit worried when I saw it when we came here today that it wasn't going to fit, but it's going to fit right in between those beautifully. So now we're going to measure it up in the centre and we'll cut out the hole. Alright guys, we drilled through the centre after putting the template down where we knew the centre to be. So we drilled down, went downstairs, measured back to the beams coming across either side, and we were in them no problem. And we were right widthways as well. So I've come back up, masked it off, drilled corners. I'm going to use the jigsaw and cut around and cut this out. Alright, so we finished the jigsawing and the angle grinding. We'll pull it out. Like that, all gone. And there's our spot. Now we've got to file off everything here and then put some rust proofing up along there, and then we can put in our bracing. So we are getting closer. Matthew's upstairs with the bracket. We're just going to put it in. Make sure I've cut the hole big enough. Let's see. Perfect.
Is it in?
Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, feels like it too. Beautiful. So we know we've made it right, so now I can seal up the edges and put the frame in. Okay, so I put in the first cross member for the framing, and it has firmed up the roof incredibly. So once I put the other one on the other side and the cross member, this will take the weight of the air conditioner, no problems. I've screwed through here into this framing. Alright guys, we've got the framing in now, as you can see, and I can hang off this without it even bending the frame, bending the roof anymore. So it is solid. I've just gone around and painted all the edges with some rust proof paint. So it's done. It's drying now. we're going to go and grab some lunch. When we come back, we're going to put in this plate, put some Sikaflex around the back, and I'll show you that when I come back. Get that in place, and then we can put the air conditioner in. So we're not far away from being done, and we've probably been working on it for about 4 hours, so it hasn't gone too bad. I've got to thank my brother Matthew for helping me. It's made it so much easier with his help. Just getting up on the roof and lifting it up has made a big difference. So thanks Matthew for your help. Thanks Kim for allowing us to come up and stay with you and cooking for us. So thanks Kim. Alright guys, we'll be back soon. Okay, so now we've put the rust proofing onto the side of the cuts, the open cuts. Now we're going to put on the bracket, which fits, and supposedly all you have to do is put some Sikaflex or butyl tape around there and put it down, and then use the 4 screws they provide to hold it in. Well, I'm a bit skeptical with that. I'm going to put a couple of holes in here along the sides, which will screw down into the battens I've put in, and with the Sikaflex around the side, which will watertight it, it's going to be a lot more secure on the top of the roof. We've put in the screws around the top and it's nice and firm now. There's 3 beads of Sikaflex 252 around the side, so it's not going to get in the water. And we're just going to let that set for a little bit, and then we're going to put the main unit in. So we've got to get it across here somehow. Alright guys, well, out of the whole job, getting it from the other side of the mezzanine onto the roof and into the hole itself is probably the most challenging to get in, because being up on top of the roof you can't see where the hole is, and it's hard for somebody to lift it by themselves across. So what happened is Matthew stayed up on the roof, I came down and I could lift it from inside and get where we needed to be, because the little lips jumped in once we're there. And we had to put a little bit of a spacing. We put some foam, and I'll show you this, up the back of the air conditioning unit, because it was dropping down. But I think once we bolt the panel in here, that will take all the weight again, and it'll straighten up the back, but we'll have a look. So now we're just going to put the face plate on, which is the only 4 bolts that actually hold the top unit down to the ceiling. So that's a bit strange. So we'll bolt it all up and we'll have a look how it looks up the top. Okay, when we went to put on the face plate, because the timber is slightly bowing in, what happened was the section that sits in here was just catching on one side. So what I've done is I've taken a chisel and just chiseled a tat away from there, and it sits in there now nice and snugly, and we'll probably have to use the spaces that are given for the ducting. We'll put it up and show you the finished product. Alright, so it is now installed. I haven't put the vent back on because the auto electrician or the electrician's going to have to join it up, and it was a bit fiddly to get off, so I don't want to have to get it off again and without breaking it. So I'll leave it off to the auto electrician's done, and then it can go back on. But it all looks really good. It's nice and tight and flush downstairs, so we'll take you upstairs and show you up there. Alright, so we're up on the top. The unit's come up pretty good. You can see where it's sitting there. It's got space on that side Also space down the back side. And if we have a look down, she is nice and level. Now what we did over to the left here, you can see some foam. We put that foam in to lift it up as we're screwing because it was sitting down this end. And it's lifted it up, but they're still in there tight. So I'm just going to leave them. I might trim off the ends of it a bit on the other side. But other than that, I'm going to leave that the way it is. So all up, it took us 6 hours to do it. So that wasn't too bad, considering we're amateurs and never done one before. It ended up not too bad. All right guys, so that's the installation of the Dometic Harrier Plus air conditioner. I want to thank my brother. There he is. He helped out, and thanks to Kim for putting us up as well. So once again guys, if you enjoyed the video and you're liking our content, don't forget to hit subscribe and also the like button. And if you've got any comments on how we did it, don't forget to leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. So for this week guys, we'll say goodbye, and once again I hope your build's going all right. So for now, take care.
See you later.